I've been on a Bachelorette like that, and it was horrible and so stupid.
What is the like velocity of dipping the Oreo in the liquid?
And I also realized that we sound pretty, I'm going to say pretty uneducated talking about evolution this way.
I can outsource it to AI and make AI do the hosting for me.
It feels more like the teasing that feels one step closer to bullying.
Hello, darlings. Welcome back. This is Not For Everyone. It's a podcast hosted by a lover, that's me, and a hater, that's Caroline. And we're back today, baby. We're back and better than ever. Actually, I regret saying that. I don't know if I can make that promise. But we're gonna have a silly one today. I feel like we're both just wanting to bippity bop. So I have some random hot takes and icks and complaints and like just stupid ditties that have been sent to us over the last few months. And we're
Hmm.
gonna see if we can make anything out of them. Do you
That's
like
what I
that?
want to do. Yeah.
Okay.
I also don't know if I can guarantee being silly, but I don't want to be serious.
I know it is weird when we're like, let's be silly today. And I don't think that's how that works.
I
But I'm in the
know.
mood. If we can find it, if we can ignite it, I'm looking at this notebook that I was given at my work retreat last week that says the word
Ugh.
ignite on it because
Ugh.
that was our retreat theme. So if
Yeah.
we can ignite the silliness,
Did you like your work retreat? Is it like a fun kind of work retreat or is it like bad?
I actually did have fun. Oh, I do have a slight story from it, which is that so this work retreat, we do it annually every fall, and it's like the kickoff to the new fiscal year for my division of my company. There's about like 200 people that go to it. They always do it in new locations. That part is nice. Like they always choose really nice resorts in beautiful places around the country. And this year was in Lake Geneva, Wisconsin, which is an hour and a half from Chicago. So I got to drive, which meant that on in the mornings, rather than having hotel breakfast with all of my coworkers, I could drive myself to like cute cafes in the area and just be alone with
Hold the
my
phone.
coffee. Yeah.
Chicago is an hour and a half drive from Wisconsin.
Yes, ma'am.
Hold
I didn't
on.
understand the Midwest until I moved here, but
What
apparently
is
it's all
Wisconsin in
here.
the Midwest?
It's all here. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Where? I've been there.
You lived
Where
in
is
Ohio. It's not
Wisconsin?
far.
What?
I can
Are
drive
you
to
telling me
Ohio.
they're close?
Not far. Closer than
Oh.
you are right now.
Whoa. Whoa.
Hmm.
That is the opposite side of the room of America that I thought Wisconsin was on. I've been
Where
thinking
did
of
you think it
Wisconsin
was?
pretty close to Seattle for a long time.
No way. Wow. So
Whoa.
glad to expose you today. Expose you to this information. I don't mean expose your lack of knowledge about the Midwest.
Oh,
That part,
I've been exposed.
you've exposed
Oh,
yourself on that
I
one.
exposed myself. Whoa, bro. I
Hmm.
blacked out once you said it was an hour and a half drive from Chicago. I was like, what?
Lake Geneva.
That's a different time zone.
Yeah, I can drive to Milwaukee in an hour and a half. I can drive
That
to,
makes sense. That makes sense.
that makes more sense to you. So
You know what
Wisconsin
makes sense to
goes
me? Yeah, Chicago. What state is Milwaukee in?
Wisconsin.
Wisconsin?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
No, the
I
weird
was
thing
gonna
about
say,
it,
I believe that you could, I was gonna say it makes sense to me that you could drive from Chicago to Milwaukee. And it makes sense that you could drive from Milwaukee to Wisconsin, but I didn't relate the three, and then it
Milwaukee
turns
to
out
Wisconsin.
it turns out one is the other. All right.
Right, right, right.
Okay.
Well, I mean, sometimes I have to remind myself that I'm in Illinois. Like
That's
Chicago
crazy too. That's
feels like
crazy. New
that makes
York.
sense. Yes,
Chicago's in New
a
York.
major city, but Illinois, the fact that I live in Illinois, that I'm an Illinois resident is very,
Yeah.
very discombobulating.
Yeah, I
Yes,
think it's weird that we grew up in Maryland. What? Who
I
gives a
love
fuck about
Maryland.
that state? You
No,
love
me,
Maryland?
I love it.
What?
Yeah.
Nobody outside of you feels any feelings about
That's
Maryland.
not true. I have a lot
Maryland,
of friends who love Maryland. All of my
what?
Hopkins friends, everybody I went to college with in Baltimore loves
Okay, they
Maryland.
love Baltimore.
Yes, which is a very
That's very
Maryland
different.
place. It is different from the
Mm,
DC area, but it is more Maryland than DC is. DC is its own,
I'm
like
not thinking about
DMV is its own
DC.
thing. But like Bethesda, where we grew up, is essentially DC. It's like DC area.
No, it's Maryland.
Yeah, but the culture there is so different than every other part of Maryland. It's like DC area is its
Oh.
own thing. The same way Arlington and like the Northern Virginia suburbs, that has the same vibe as Bethesda, Potomac, whatever.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Very
yeah.
different from the majority of Maryland, which is way more like
That's true.
Baltimore, Eastern Shore, like Annapolis is the
What?
capital, whatever.
Wait, what? The majority
Yeah.
of Maryland is not Baltimore and the Eastern Shore. The majority of Maryland is like cows
Yeah,
and
there's
strip
cows out there.
malls. Cows and
Yeah.
strip
I
malls
love a strip mall. That's why I
and
live in Chicago.
McMansions. Okay.
Yeah.
I've never met anyone who was like fiery about Maryland, and I'm
I
from
love
there.
Maryland. I love it. I love crabs. I love orange crushes. And
Crabs.
all of these things are Baltimore,
What?
that part of Maryland things. Like,
Can I
I
tell you
don't love the
something?
DC area, but I love Maryland. Yes.
Can I tell you something?
Yes.
I hate Baltimore so much.
It's not, and I wouldn't even fight for it. It's like not a good place
It's
objectively.
I'm gonna say, I don't even care if we lose these listeners. I hope they come back. It's a horrible place. Can I say that?
They don't do well there.
In any
There's a lot
way.
of reasons for that. But
That's fine.
what I
I don't
will
care if there's
say
reasons.
about
I don't want to be
Baltimore,
there. What?
it has my heart. Like I would
Right.
move there. Um, but I
Right.
fully recognize that it's not a great city at all.
It's
But I would move there.
horrible. I don't
People
like
are
it.
so chill. It's so
What?
much more of a vibe than DC for me. Yeah.
The first
I would sooner move back to Baltimore
Okay.
than DC or Bethesda
What
or
if you had to,
whatever.
or Maryland? Or well, I guess that's Maryland. I have trouble knowing what cities are where. Okay, I'm smart about some stuff for sure, but this ain't one of them. The last time I went to Baltimore, within 5 minutes of driving into the city, a pedestrian spat on my windshield
Mm,
intentionally.
mm,
Intentionally, it wasn't like a misfire. It's what
right.
they worth. It's what they put their intention on. I'd been in the city for 5 minutes. Spat on my windshield, and then tried to get into my car.
Yeah.
It was a stranger, a pedestrian on
Yeah.
the street, tried to get into my car, screamed at me, hit the car with their body, hit the car with their hands. Then we
Yeah.
drove away, went to the Baltimore Aquarium, took some acid. Didn't hit us until we got to the parking lot. Then I was tripping on acid in the parking lot of the Baltimore Aquarium, and that wasn't Baltimore's fault, but it was
The person
just
that hit your car was probably also on acid, and so you have that in common. You actually
that
fit
is for
in
sure.
Baltimore a lot more than you're giving it credit for.
Maybe that's why it scares me. It's because it's like me. You know
Maybe.
how like sometimes
Maybe.
people don't like people that are like
That are
themselves.
like them. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I just like places that are a little more like rough around the
Filthy,
edges
fucking
and
filthy.
gritty and
Dog.
have soul, even
I
if the
do
soul
like
is mean,
that.
you know?
I no, I like soul, but I'd like to
My
I'd like to
feeling is
see a
like,
tree. I'd like to see a tree.
yeah, I guess. Well, again, I went to college there on a very beautiful campus that had lots of greenery and trees and stuff. So, like, my experience is slightly skewed because I was in this very nice part of Baltimore. But that being said, I also grew up going there a lot because my favorite uncle and my favorite cousins were all up there, and we would drive from Bethesda like almost
Okay.
every weekend to see them. So I just have a lot of fond, like for me, it's
You
fully
have good
nostalgia. I
associations.
have
Yeah.
really, really positive memories there.
I
And
hate
I
that you
feel like
have
it's
that
this city that like just understandably gets a bad rap, but if you spend time
because it's
there,
bad. Yeah.
you'll really like there's so much to enjoy. I don't know, the water and people like okay, whatever. Someone spat on your car, that will happen to you anywhere. That happens in Chicago every other
No,
day.
no, 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 no. Not within 5 minutes of being there.
Well,
They pounded
wrong place,
Jessica,
wrong
did you
time.
listen? Did you listen to the rest of my story? Then they
Yeah,
tried to get in my car
yeah,
and were
yeah,
banging on the doors when they couldn't get in because I happened to lock the door in time.
yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
did nothing. I did nothing but exist.
No, I'm not saying you deserved it, but I am saying that I believe it. I will allow
Okay.
it.
Oh, what? No,
Um,
my impression of
Crazy shit
Baltimore
happens.
is it's very, I mean, I don't like metropolises really,
Right.
and I don't like a lot of like concrete and like soot on the ground. I want to be able to wear an open-toed shoe, and I can't. I feel like in Baltimore, you
You have
cannot wear an
not been to
open-toed
good parts
shoe.
of Baltimore. That's the other thing.
I've
If
been
all
to
you've
the
done
main
is
parts.
go to the inner harbor, which is where the aquarium is and probably where that spitting happened and whatever, that's like the least of Baltimore. The same way that
The
I'm
least of Baltimore.
I mean, obviously, the National Mall in DC is very nice and beautiful,
It
but
is
you would
beautiful.
never say that it's like, oh, I live in DC and the National Mall is where I hang out. It in Baltimore, that's what that the Inner Harbor is the equivalent of that. There's so many cooler, better neighborhoods. So,
Okay.
you
What are the
know,
things you like about it?
I mean, we don't have time. I could list it forever.
List one thing.
Well, again, I think it's a lot of the positive associations I have with it, but the food scene is great. I love being by the
Okay.
water. Fells Point is like the most charming place. It's very much like Alexandria, like
Mm,
cobblestone and lots of really cool old shops and bars and restaurants and like such a fun place to walk around right on the water. Um,
okay.
Fed Hill is a really fun area to go out like when I was younger. The not suburbs, but like the outskirts of the city that have more residential areas to live in are really nice and have nice homes that are way more affordable than like the DC area
Okay.
and have cool people. I don't know. All my favorite people are from there. My best friend
Okay. That one
from
doesn't
there.
count. That one doesn't count. That's what I thought you were gonna say. And your favorite people could be from anywhere. And
No,
then you
but
just happen to meet
it's
them
not
because
a
you were there.
coincidence that they're from there. But
I
it
think
is.
it's, I think it, I think they're there because you went to college there and you met your friends in college.
Yeah, but most of my friends from college are not from Baltimore. But
Oh,
my
they're
best
from
friend
Baltimore.
from college, Kai, is from grew up in Baltimore and
Okay,
happened to stay there.
so one person is from Baltimore that you like.
The most
You have not
important.
sold the city to me, I will say, but the other stuff was good. The other
Thank
stuff
you.
was good. Can
I
you
forgot
wear
what I
an
was talking about.
open-toed sandal there?
I did it all the time. I've walked barefoot in those streets, let me tell you. I
That's
mean,
not good. That's not
I
good.
was 19 years old, but I did it, you know.
Yeah,
A
but you
very
also
it would be
got
very different
gout.
now.
Right.
Yeah, I got a lot of things. I got a lot
Got
of
a
things.
lot
But
of
I got a lot
stuff.
of heart. I got a lot of love. Um, okay, what was I talking about? I was talking about my work retreat. So I do want to say this because I actually remembered that this is relevant to talk about on the podcast. So went on this work retreat in Wisconsin. Um, it's like half being in sessions all day where we're talking about strategy and like what our company's going to do in the next year and whatever. And then the other half of it is way more about socializing with our colleagues. It's a fully remote company, so we never see each other in person. So that part is like kind of fun. I like a lot of the people. So it's nice to see them. And I got asked like a week or two before the retreat to host. There's this award ceremony that they do every year where people get nominated
The
by their
Dundies?
colleagues.
The
Basically
Dundies?
the Dundies. I
Okay.
got asked to host the Dundies for my company, and I didn't want to do it
That
because I
makes me
was
happy
like,
for you because you love Michael Scott so much. That's awesome.
true. That part made me happy, and just like they basically were like, we were trying to think of like funny people and we thought of you. And I was like,
No,
yes,
yeah,
like,
yeah, yeah.
thank
Okay.
you. I agree. And like people who would be comfortable on a stage and whatever. Like all of that is true. I understood why they asked me.
You're like, no, you asked the right person. I just don't want to
I
do
just don't
it.
want to. I literally don't want to. It's like, it's in
I
front
wouldn't
of
want
our
to either.
CEO and
What?
our president. It's so
Yeah.
hard to do like
Yeah.
corporate comedy or corporate appropriate. Not that I need to be like cursing and talking about sex all the time, but it's just they were like "Oh, maybe you could do a
What the
roast."
fuck is
I was
corporate
like,
No, in front of my CEO.
you clearly don't understand anything about
I'm
roasts and
also
comedy if
employed
you've asked
here.
me to do that.
Yeah.
Right. I would also like to keep my job. And
You
if
know what
I do
Justin
that,
calls those opportunities when you're like asked, not even for a roast, but when you're asked to like do a big presentation in front of your boss or do a big presentation in front of the higher ups or CEO. He's like the best that can come out of it is that everything stays the same. And
yeah,
most likely it's an opportunity to fuck up and people to remember you. Like best case
totally.
scenario, no one remembers anything about it. But mostly it's an opportunity to fuck up and be remembered for that.
That's what I felt like they handed me. Like, here's this opportunity to just screw yourself over. Like, you
Yeah.
want it. And there
You want
wasn't really
that.
an opportunity to say no. Like, I was looking for a way to say no. I was expressing hesitance and, like, let me think about it and la la la. And it just didn't feel like something I could say no to. I don't know. I really like the woman who asked me, and, like, I'm just this, like, people pleaser, wanting to help person, whatever. Anyway,
Yeah, you're sick. You're sick in the
I
head.
found a way to do it that I was comfortable with. It was actually Ryan's idea. I told him I was asked, and I told him I didn't want to do it. And he hears me on my work calls all the time. And a lot of what we work on and are talking about right now is like AI, blah, 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 using AI in healthcare. We have this chat bot in our healthcare app that helps members find information about their coverage and whatever. The chat bot's called Dot. And he was like, what if you got Dot to do it? And that was a brilliant idea from him. Something clicked. And I was like, oh my gosh, my company is obsessed with finding ways to use AI to make ourselves more efficient. I can outsource it to AI and make AI do the hosting for me. And so I wrote all these jokes kind of making fun of AI and making fun of like general company things without calling out any one specific person or group or anything. And I fed them into an AI tool that generates voiceover. And I chose all these different voices for all these different AI chatbots and tools that we have at the company. And I basically, like, on stage, did a little intro with the girl. There was a co-host who I worked with. And so the two of us did a little intro. And then we fully passed it off to AI. And I like played these audio recordings of the jokes I had written for AI to say. And they're the ones that announce the awards. And they're the one, like, it was
Lol.
actually,
You slayed.
I slayed. So I proved Justin's theory wrong. I don't think people are neutral and I don't think they're negative. Afterwards, everyone came up to me and was like, you killed that. They're going to ask you to do it every year, which now is a problem for me.
Right.
And one person who I work with a lot was like, oh my God, I had no idea you were funny. And I was like, what the how did that not come through? Like, I'm doing something wrong if that's the case. But anyway, it was actually really fun. It was one of those examples of like, I was happy that I didn't say no to the thing that in my right mind and in anyone's right mind, they would have probably said no to. And I just leaned on like, let me do this a little differently. I kind of took a risk and it really paid off. And I had a lot of fun, and I had a lot of fun getting compliments, and it was great. And that was my work retreat. And then the rest of it, I was like, well, I entertained you all, so I'm just gonna kick back and relax the rest of the time.
Good. That's baller. Congratulations.
Thank you. I'm feeling great about it. And then there was karaoke that night, and I slayed there too. So I had a great time. That's the moral of the story about
Okay,
my
I can see. I can see that. Yeah.
It was
Okay.
in Wisconsin, which is close to me.
That's
I like
crazy.
Baltimore, and I had a
Wow.
great time I had a great time. Yeah.
Okay. Can't relate to any of those things.
Right. Exactly.
Most of all, can't relate to Wisconsin being close to you.
Right.
But
oh, I thought you were going to say to having a great time.
or to having a great time at a work retreat. No, but to each his own. We all live our own truth. And
Yeah.
to you, Wisconsin is an hour and a half drive away. I accept your truth.
It was very beautiful. Anywho,
Okay.
that's me. What's going on with you before we try to see if we have hot takes to share? Any
Nothing.
updates from the last week?
No, I don't want to give any updates. Nothing's happened.
Nothing's happened.
Okay, give me a hot
She can't
take.
talk to anyone with her phone anymore, so she's just
I
sitting
am.
pretty.
I did fix my phone. And you know
Yeah,
it.
it's working a little better. I have trust
Excuse
issues
me.
with it. I have
Yeah.
trust issues. Okay, let's get into some of these hot takes, submissions from listeners on like little ditties that they want us to honestly kind of roast. This is the roast that my coworkers wanted from me.
Okay.
Here's this person's hot take. They said, baristas shouldn't be allowed to compliment you. I totally disagree. I love compliments, as we just heard in my story.
Yeah.
I love them from strangers. I love them from people that I know. I'll never say no to a compliment. What about you?
Yeah. I mean, I guess it depends. Like if they're persistently, oh, I like a compliment from a barista. That's someone
That's
who's just
why
making
I
your coffee,
go.
right?
Yeah,
That's
that's why
someone
I
who's
go to
making
the
your
coffee
coffee.
shop. Right.
That's why I go. Okay, yeah.
Maybe they
Yeah,
feel
she's
like they've
wrong.
been led on. Maybe the person who wrote in feels like they thought they had something with this barista that kept complimenting
Yeah,
them.
it's not going to affect whether I give you a tip or not.
Sure. It probably will for me. I'll easily fall for that, to be honest
Okay.
with you. I'll click the
Yeah.
20% instead of the 15% on the thing that pops up, you know?
Oh, okay, okay. Okay.
Probably.
You know what I'm fucking pissed about?
Hmm.
Dude, I went to a restaurant the other day where it's like a full sit down restaurant. You don't order at a counter, you get sat by a host and you sit at a table and you order your food on an iPad. And then at the end, they ask you to tip. So, what am
Wait.
I tipping if the hostess is on hourly pay, which I know they are because I was a hostess for years, and there are no waiters? There's a busboy who's also on hourly pay. Sometimes they get tipped out by waiters, but there are no waiters. Just raise the hourly pay of the
Yeah,
hostess and the
that's weird.
busboy because they're your fucking employees, not mine, and there was no service. I'm
That's
still tipping 20% and I ordered on an iPad?
that's actually wild. That's actually wild.
Crazy.
Like,
I hate the tipping culture that's like everywhere at a tip on fucking everything when no one has been, or like you walk to like there's like a juicery fucking, there's little shops where they don't even have clerks or anything, like
mm,
people serving behind the counter. It's all on a an
like a
iPad
big
or
kiosk.
whatever.
Yeah,
Yeah, or a kiosk. And they have people maybe in the back, such as restaurants have always had cooks in the back making things or doing things, but cooks are not paid on tips. In fact, not even servers should be paid on tips. They should be paid a reasonable wage.
right.
They should be paid by their fucking employer and not based on a guest's whims or feelings. Like, just pay your
Couldn't
people.
agree more. But they
Then I was
do,
so stupid.
they're probably just splitting a tip pool for everybody in the restaurant
Just
when it's
horrible.
like
Just
those
pay
are
them
not
well.
roles that would typically be receiving tips
No,
because they're
I hate this
back of
tipping
house
culture bullshit.
roles.
So
That's
dumb.
really, really stupid. But yeah, the
Just
restaurant
actually
doesn't want to pay
pay
them,
your employees.
basically.
Pay your fucking employees. And I've been to a place or two as well on the other side of things that has just raised their food and drink prices because they are paying their servers and hosts and whatever an actual hourly wage instead of,
Yeah,
so it's not coming from tips. It shouldn't be up to me as a guest what you
how
get
much
paid
they
for your
make.
job. It shouldn't be up to me. Because what if
Yeah.
I'm a cunt? What if I'm from the Midwest? Like the Midwest, people who came to New York from the Midwest
People in
never
Wisconsin.
tipped well. They always tipped 10%, no matter what,
Whoa,
because
no
it's a different
way.
type of culture, like almost
Yeah,
100% of the time.
it's cheaper here.
Um, or like they're a bitch, or they've decided, well, I only tip on this percent of minus the drinks and you don't know what the setup is. Spoiler, most servers and other tipping people, their hourly wage is usually $0. It is almost entirely, it
Hmm.
goes to taxes and then they live off tips,
It's
which
literally
shouldn't be
like
the thing.
$2. Yeah.
I hate all of it. I hate the tip culture. So
Yeah.
dumb.
I also just hate that the restaurant had someone seat you and then you ordered on an iPad. Like,
Yeah.
just at that point, just let me seat myself. Or at that point, just I don't know, just let this be a takeout place. Like, I'm
It
coming
was
to a
a
restaurant
weird in
for a
between.
service experience. It's weird.
Yeah, it was
Should
a
be one or
weird
the
in
other.
between. Yeah, there were a bunch of people wandering around, like employees wandering around, but they didn't have anything to do and they were not serving us. And maybe they were all hostesses.
That's
Um,
wild.
yeah, the whole thing was so dumb.
I don't know. I think all of this, it's going to be interesting to see what happens to the restaurant industry as like these tipping culture hasn't gotten any better and minimum wage hasn't increased
Yeah.
and people are going out less, drinking less. Um
Did
and
you know
all of these
Gen Z like doesn't
efficiencies are
drink?
getting introduced. Yeah, apparently Gen Z doesn't drink. I do know that because Ryan has worked in like the beer
Right.
industry in the past and especially with craft beer, which is his background, they like don't give a shit. That I feel like
I
millennials were
did not
so hype about craft
know.
beer for so many years and now not only do Gen Zs not really drink very much, but they especially don't care about shit like that. They're like,
Well, that's
give me
good.
a
That
high
was
noon.
always dumb.
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
always too much.
What do they be doing? Are they just smoking or
They're
vaping?
weed, vape.
They're
Yeah,
weeding.
they're
Okay.
weeding. They're vaping.
Interesting. They don't drink. Yeah,
Or they'll
I
have
didn't know
like
that.
the THC seltzers, you know, they'll drink
That's
their
embarrassing.
marijuana. Yeah.
That's probably the worst of all options. Okay.
I mean, I'm sure some of them, you recall when I brought up the Borg, the
Yeah.
blackout rage gallon. So that's a thing that college students were doing for a little while in this generation. So some of them are drinking. Don't worry. With
That's
the
good. Let's
the
get those
blackout
numbers
culture
up.
is still strong in a certain population, but maybe
So
once they're out of
interesting.
college, they just don't anymore. I think also
Why?
money,
Why do you
like
think
they're
they
not
don't drink?
spending on going out as much. I don't
But
know.
why? Why don't they drink? I'm not saying they should. I'm just like we didn't have money and everyone drinks
That's
even
true.
when you don't have money.
I don't know. I guess the culture has shifted like vaping and well, you know why? Because marijuana is legal now in in many places. It wasn't when we were younger. We did get our hands on it and
Oh, so they
participate,
just
but
start, they can access that younger, and so they're
yeah,
just doing that.
I think
Oh,
probably. I'm sure
you
that has
think?
something to do with it. But I
Interesting.
don't
I mean,
know. I
there's
mean,
such drastically different experiences. Like I would never
same.
do marijuana because it's an experience I hate, but I will drink because they're completely different experiences.
I agree. But a lot of people
Weird.
like the marijuana experience better, which I don't relate to. The marijuana experience, the weed experience.
I
They like to
love
partake.
being this elderly. I
I know
love
the
it.
marijuana experience. But a lot of people prefer that, like prefer that to drinking. I just can't. I don't know. I get too paranoid. I don't like it.
I
But
hate them for liking that. Can I tell you something that I learned
yeah,
this weekend? I learned two fun facts. This weekend I learned that Gen Z doesn't drink, which I didn't know. That they like on the whole there's a lot less drinking. And I also learned I can't believe more people don't know this. I can't believe I didn't know this. And my first thought was, I'm going to say this on the podcast because I want everyone to be telling their friends. Okay, so apparently, when you are breastfeeding, I'm like my body's getting hot thinking about this. When you're breastfeeding, if you want to pump, aka like you're at work
yeah,
as a breastfeeding mom and you need to pump so that you have milk and you keep your supply so you go feed your baby later and your baby's not with you and you have to pump, your breasts like won't produce milk unless you are looking at an image of your baby. So you have to like take out your phone and look at pictures of your baby just like any dude jerking off in
that's
the bathroom stall in order to milk.
um okay. The only reason that I didn't know that per se, but I do have some understanding of it is because of again the scene from The Office where when I think Pam is breastfeeding and
Yeah.
she comes into work and Kevin goes up to her boobs and goes, "Wah!" because he wants to see them. He wants to see like her shirt get wet or whatever. So
Yeah.
he makes a baby crying
Oh,
sound by her boobs.
I didn't know that was he was like science backed with that. I do
That's a
remember him
little
doing
science
that.
back. I mean,
That's
I
a little
I just
science.
believed it. I just believed it.
You've
I
been
think
crying at women's boobs.
yeah.
Oh no, that's so crazy. That's
But
so
wait, is this
crazy.
this cannot be like true of everyone that
I
they
think it
have
is.
to be
I don't
looking
know.
at a photo?
One person, one mother told it to me, and I didn't fact check it or look it up. I just
Same
assumed
with me
it's
and
true.
Kevin.
I
Yeah.
just assumed it's true. But it's someone I trust. It's someone I trust, so that means a lot. I don't know. Look it up. Is it
That's
true? Is
really
this a
interesting.
rumor? It's crazy. This is one of let's Google it. Hold on. Before I
Okay.
start a rumor. Okay. Pumping and looking at pictures of your baby. Promoting those warm feelings can help increase oxytocin, which is responsible for the milk ejection reflex or letdown. By
Okay.
boosting oxytocin by looking at photos or videos of your baby, or even by thinking about your baby, you can help produce faster and or more frequent letdowns. This is
Got it.
so crazy to me.
Yeah, I see
And
something that's like you can get
uh
more milk out of your pump, basically. Like
yeah.
it will amplify the
Well,
milk
this
production.
mother told me that like they couldn't do it without looking at
Yeah.
photos.
Maybe they've kind of like conditioned themselves, classically conditioned themselves. Maybe they started out looking at pictures of their baby and now they actually can't do it without looking at the pictures, but it's all because they trained themselves that way. Not
That
intentionally, but like that
makes
could
me
have just
so
happened.
uncomfortable. That's so
That's
crazy.
I love the comparison to dudes
What the fuck
masturbating
else
and
comparison
looking
would
at
there be? That's so
somebody's
crazy.
butt Instagram. Yeah.
Just going and looking at pictures of your baby, just squeeze your own little boobs out.
And
I hate the
pumping
human
is a
body.
wild thing.
This is a crazy thing to me. This is one of those things where it's like something that really bothers me is when people like put evolution and or the human body on a pedestal like it's perfect
Oh.
engineering. And it's like, well, if it was perfect fucking engineering, like why can't it just be like a seamless milk production when I fucking want to?
Why
Like
do I
that'll
get my
happen.
period if it's
Why
perfect
do
engineering?
what?
Like,
I'm tired of this. I'm
nobody would have
mad.
planned that. I think the only people who are really saying that the human body is evolutionarily perfect are men or people who are sucked up in misogyny, like, and in a patriarchal
It's more
society.
people than that. It's more people than that. They're like, oh, it's amazing.
No.
This show is sponsored by BetterHelp. And here's a confession. I considered becoming a therapist. I kind of think I might be an okay one, maybe. And we really love talking therapy topics on this podcast, but this podcast is not therapy. It can't be. If you like the themes we talk about in the podcast, though, you would like actual therapy with somebody qualified, not just a friend who gives advice and not just somebody who listens, but somebody who is like fully on your team and fully there to help you better understand your own feelings, better put words to your own experience. And that's why I love BetterHelp, because it helps you find an actual therapist, like licensed, credentialed, real deal therapists, not a podcast. Therapists who've been matched with millions of people over the last 10 years. BetterHelp makes it easy. You take a quick little questionnaire and they match you. And if it's not a fit immediately, you can switch therapists at any time at no additional cost. Plus, it's all online, so you can fit it into your life without rearranging your whole week. Find the one with BetterHelp. And our listeners get 10% off their first month at betterhelp.com/notforeveryone, all spelled out. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/notforeveryone. If you love this podcast, you're going to love BetterHelp. This episode is sponsored by HelloFresh. I use HelloFresh every single week. Justin and I order 4 HelloFresh meals a week because it means we don't have to do the grocery shopping. We don't have to do the decision fatigue of choosing a recipe. We can just select whatever we feel online for that week. And it's delicious every time. We love talking through which are our favorites, which are our repeats. We love so many HelloFresh meals that we have our classics and our repeats that we do over and over. It makes us feel healthier. It makes our lives simpler. We're just big fans. And HelloFresh has doubled their menu. They have 100 options a week, bigger portions that actually satisfy my forever hungry partner, Justin. And there's healthier recipes too, like veggie packed meals with 2 or more veggies. Plus, there's seasonal produce, snap peas, stone fruit, corn on the cob. It's like the farmer's market just showed up to our home. Okay, I use this. You should too. Seriously, we're addicted to it. We rely on it. And 91% of customers say they feel healthier with HelloFresh. The best way to cook just got better. Go to hellofresh.com/notforeveryone10fm and you'll get 10 free meals plus a free item for life. 1 box with active subscription, free meals applied as discount on your first box, new subscribers only, varies by plan. That's hellofresh.com/notforeveryone10fm to get 10 free meals plus a free item for life. You're going to like it. Tired of people thinking the body is amazing.
That's the problem I have as somebody that doesn't want kids, with people who say like that's what the woman's body is there to do. And it's like, and
Shut
that's
the
the
fuck
reason
up.
that they even want kids. They're like, well, that's what my body's meant for. It's like, sure, maybe yours. I just because we are both women doesn't mean we have the same body that's meant for the same things and wants the same things. But I
Yeah.
feel like that's often a line of, like, a statement that people make, like, that's what we're evolutionarily intended to do. When have I ever made my decisions in my life based on evolution? That's never like one of the
No,
criteria that I check off when I'm deciding on something.
it's what we're meant to do.
But people love that stuff. People love to be biologically in tune with their what their body's meant to do, I guess. I don't know.
But only
Um,
selectively because they're not like
yeah.
shitting in public anymore or like, you know,
Yeah,
I can't think of
totally.
any other thing. I can't think of any other things you could do with
Being
your
on birth
body.
control to stop your period, like lots of different
Yeah, it's what we're
things that
meant
we
to do.
adjust. Getting
What are
freaking
what are other
Botox.
things you could do? What are other things the
Anything.
body could do?
Any like things that you're doing to change your body.
Yeah, I could
Oh,
be
you
having
didn't
sex with every man on the street so that we can reproduce the human race. Like my body kind of wants to do that too.
sure.
Not, I mean,
Sure.
not really, but evolutionarily,
Yeah, yeah.
maybe.
True. Yeah, or just making any alterations to the human body. Like, oh, I didn't like my wrinkles, so I did something about them. But I do like that I can produce a baby and I must fulfill that. Like, I just think, whatever, we make so many
Yeah,
adjustments to what we're naturally given. And I'm personally okay with that, but let's be okay with it across the board. Who fucking cares?
I know. I love science, but I hate it. And I also realize that we sound pretty, I'm going to say pretty uneducated talking about evolution this way, but there's something that I stand by. So that's all I have to say about that.
Yeah, I'm not trying to talk about evolution, but I'm trying to talk about my
Evolution?
my body, my choice. Is that what I said?
I
Evolution.
think I'm not trying to talk, I don't know
I'm
that
not
much
trying
about
to talk about
evolution.
evolution. Just to hammer
Evolution.
home that that's not what I'm trying to talk about. I don't sound intelligent. Let's keep going.
Okay. Give another hot take. We've gotten through one.
Yeah. Let's see. Okay. This person sent us an email with some topics for lukewarm takes, which I appreciate that they just knew right away they're going to be lukewarm. They're not going to
Cool.
be hot. Thank you for seeing us. Most of the topics are like pretty general, but one of them says movies pretending to be science fiction, but there is no science, only fiction.
Wait, I need an example. What?
So, this, I feel that this resonates with me because I've been reading more, as we know, and a lot of the books I'm reading are like at least tangentially in the sci-fi category. Um, so there's supposed to be science and there's supposed to be fiction. And I'll be reading and they're talking about some scientific theory like quantum physics, blah, blah, blah stuff that's relevant to the story that they're telling. But I
Yeah.
have no way of knowing, as someone who only claims to be a scientist on her podcast, but is not actually a scientist, whether the science they're referencing in the book is real or not.
I don't
Like,
think that's a requirement of science fiction, though. Like Star Trek is science fiction,
is science
but they don't
fiction and
have
it's
to,
totally
but
fake.
yeah, and they don't have to explain to you. I think science fiction implies like the rules of physics in the world are the same. We're not introducing ghosts and we're not introducing like whatever, but there could be new technologies and stuff like that. But we don't have to explain to you how the technology works because if we could fucking do that, we'd have the technology.
True. Yes. So, okay, it's not science fiction isn't science plus fiction. It's that the science is also fictional. That's what you're
Yeah,
saying.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. As opposed to fantasy, where it's like there's no like scientific evolution that would get us into the world of Harry Potter. But
Right.
theoretically, scientific develop innovation can get us to the world of Star Trek. And
Okay.
then we explore other planets, and on these other planets, there are these other science-based animals and creatures. La 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 la.
Yeah,
Right?
I see what you're saying. Like it is imaginable that we could get there one day. And that is more science fiction than I think the comparison to fantasy makes sense.
Yeah. Do
Okay.
I need to Google? Let's see what defines sci-fi?
Science fiction. Because a lot of the books I'm reading, they will
Sci-fi.
reference things that sound like real science, but that which they may very well be, I don't know. But then
Yeah,
the thing that it amounts to in the book is obviously not something that is possible or that is happening today, but
totally.
maybe the theories that go into them imagining that this would one day be possible are true. But I
Okay,
just
I
wish they
think
would give me some footnotes and let me know, like, hey, this part is actually real science. This part
okay,
we created for the book. I'm nerdy like
okay,
that and I want to know.
okay, but I don't think that has anything to do with science fiction.
Wait, what do you mean?
I think science fiction, okay, AI overview. Science fiction defines itself by exploring speculative elements such as futuristic scientific advancements, advanced technology, extraterrestrial life, space travel within a narrative that is grounded in scientific principles rather than magic. So
Yeah.
it's like speculation about advancements in technology that we don't currently have. So like the foundational point is that it doesn't exist. The science doesn't exist yet. But what if it did and what if it worked like this, but we don't really know how it works?
I guess I still, there's a specific book I'm thinking of called Dark Matter that
Yeah.
references quantum physics. And I don't know for sure, but it's
Oh, which
some
parts
of the
are already
theories.
real?
That's what I'm saying. Some of the theories it's referencing, I think might
Yeah.
already be real, or some of the, not theories, some of the information they're referencing
The
might
theorems.
actually be real. And then some of it might be theoretical, but actively being explored today. And then some
Yeah.
of it might be like stuff that no one's even touched, but they're imagining for the purposes of the book. That's what I'm talking
Mm-hmm.
about. Like
Okay.
those are the types of, it's
Okay, so you
not
just want
fully
footnotes
science
for
fiction.
fun as like a fun fact, like this part
Yes.
already exists.
Yeah, yeah, just because I'm curious about
Okay.
it, not because that they like
Yeah.
need that. And especially when it's stuff like Star Trek is a little bit more, um, I don't know, it's like extraterrestrial and in a different,
Mm-hmm.
like in other planets and things like that. That feels a little more fantastical to me
Yeah, sure.
than some of the stuff that in other science fiction books is happening like on Earth to a person like you and me. And again, it's
Yeah.
fiction, it's made up, it's stuff that like wouldn't and isn't happening today. But I, as like a nerdy reader who wants to listen to me, I'm a nerdy reader now, um, who wants to kind of like understand better, like how much of what they're talking about could one day happen and how much of it is like
Yeah.
totally made up.
Remember when that movie Human Centipede came out and they were like 100% scientifically accurate? Do you
What
remember
were
that?
they? I don't remember that
Yes.
they said that, but I know
That was
Human
all.
Centipede.
I literally think it was on the movie poster.
Oh my
Okay.
God,
I
that
don't
can't
even
be
want to
allowed.
I don't even want to look at the poster.
Oh, it's
Um
horrifying. It
I think it
says
literally said 100% scientifically accurate or something on it.
they're
Fucking
just
open this
baiting people
picture.
like me who are like, oh, really?
100%, 100% medically accurate. False. It was not.
Oh my
False. It was
gosh.
not. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think
I'm not
that's
even going to
like,
explain what a human centipede was. That is something that has upset me since I learned about it. If you want to Google it, go for it.
oh, yeah,
Yeah.
like gird
Anyway,
your
so
loins. It's a
that
lot.
was technically science fiction, I guess.
Yeah, but now I'm seeing something that says, oh, it was given the tagline. Oh, I'm seeing something that says it was given the tagline 100% medically inaccurate.
No.
It was,
No, look at the movie poster.
this is a film that billed itself as being 100%. Oh, I'm seeing conflicting info. Maybe AI just got it wrong. Classic.
No, it billed itself as being 100% medically accurate. Like this could really happen. It's on the
Oh
main movie
my
poster.
God. That's crazy.
Yeah. I actually my mouth is feeling uncomfortable just thinking about
E,
it.
don't stop. Okay.
Okay, so I disagree. Unless I didn't understand this person's hot take, I disagree, and I dismiss.
Sure.
Next.
I don't even remember how they said it. Okay. Looking for another.
Okay, give me another I can shoot down.
All right. This one is more of an ick.
Okay.
And this person wrote that one of her icks in dating is disclosing that she hates toilet humor, and then the person she's dating still jokes or talks about it anyway.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I mean, I don't even think you could sub in anything for toilet humor in that
Yeah.
sentence. And I
Yeah.
just don't appreciate that someone's like not respecting your boundary if you've clearly said, like, hey, this is something that makes me uncomfortable. I don't agree
Yeah.
with you about toilet humor. I personally am pro, but if you tell me you don't like it, then I'll find another way to be funny with you. So,
Totally. 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 Yeah, I agree. Not even an ick. I think it would be more than an ick. I
I
think it
think
would
so
just make
too.
me mad at you. I totally agree with that.
Yeah, I think so too. It's like
Yeah.
if you're willing to cross this like very minor boundary that I've tried to set, then what else are
Yeah.
you gonna do?
Yeah, very minor boundary because it gets into that territory. Then it feels like the kind of teasing that is not fun and affectionate. It feels more like the teasing that feels one step closer to bullying, of like, I know
Yeah.
you don't like this, so I'm going to do it to you. And I
Hmm.
don't find that kind of teasing fun in relationships. Like, I've
I
had to
agree.
reiterate, like, very seriously to Justin that I mean, he knows I'm like afraid of the dark and I'm pathetic. Whatever judgment you want to put on that, I am pathetic and I'm very afraid of the dark. And especially after we see, like, I can actually be in my house alone these days, which is a huge deal for me. But if we see a
Wow.
scary movie, thank you, don't want to brag, but if we see a scary movie like we did the other day, like, I pretty much don't sleep that whole night and it takes me a few days to like get back to normal. My back hurts like from tensing. I'm
Mm.
very jumpy. And when people learn that I'm afraid of the dark, what they fucking like to do is they like to spook you. They like to lock you in the basement and turn the lights off and lock
Awful.
the door. They like to jump out at you and stuff. And I've had to be like, this is not funny to me. I'm not kidding. I'm very stressed. I'm very upset. I don't care if you understand it. Do not ever joke about this with me. It's not cute and I'm not being cute and it's not funny. I'm like very stressed. It's very immature of me. It's very stupid. I don't care. It's
And
very
it's real.
stressful to me.
And it's
And
real
don't
to me.
ever, I was like, don't ever fucking turn the lights off on me. Don't ever fucking jump out at me. Don't close the door on me. Like, that will be a huge
Yeah.
boundary betrayal to me.
Yeah.
Yes.
I totally get it. I totally get it. I mean, with that one specifically, I hate scary movies. Like, I won't even really watch them. So the fact that you'll go that far is like
I
impressive for
love
you to
them.
face it in that way.
I love a scary movie,
What do
but
you
I
love
have a
about it
hard
if
time
it makes you
afterwards.
feel that way? You love it in the moment?
I don't like the aftermath, but I love that they're a good one. I love tension. So I feel that comedic tension, sexual tension, and horror tension are all actually the same.
Yeah.
Like, porn, comedy, and horror slash thriller have the same narrative arcs. There's building tension and then release. And I think it's like one of the best ways to keep my attention. I don't watch porn anymore. And I hate comedy. So I don't know. Horrors, like, they just engage me the best. And I feel like most movies are so boring and horrible these days that I like being enwrapped.
Yeah.
But I have a hard time. I have a hard time afterwards usually. Yeah. I cut you
Yeah.
off. You were
No,
saying you
no.
don't like him at all. You don't watch him.
Yeah, I don't like them, but I am appreciating more, like I said, sci-fi mystery, like things with suspense. Like there might be
She
I
reads.
I hate a around the corner moment, like there's something around the corner and we don't know what it is yet, but I'm building a little bit more of an appetite for them because I do like what you're saying, which is that they hold my attention. Like there's something that we need to find out in this show or in this movie,
Yeah.
and there's some suspense, there's some tension that's building. Like I do like that, but there's definitely a line that I draw where if it's true horror, I probably won't watch it. Like if it's truly in the horror category,
Yeah.
I probably won't. But if it's kind of like a thriller, I enjoy a thriller.
Yeah. I think I
Um,
prefer a thriller. I don't need gore or like
yeah.
cartoonishness. I will say, if you need, it's kind of more of a thriller than horror, but I think it's weirdly classified as horror. The movie Weapons
Oh,
that just came out is not just one of the best thrillers I've ever seen, it's one of the best movies I've ever seen,
actually, I
period.
think Kai just went and saw that, and she said the same thing.
It
But
was
she loves horror,
amazing.
so it's
It was
more
really not that scary. It was more thrillery. It
okay.
was more tension and fear and la la la. But it was just great filmmaking. Forget thriller. Really recommend. I was
Cool.
shocked. I don't think I've enjoyed a movie that much in a long time.
That's really exciting. That's really
Yeah,
fun that you
it's
had
really
that experience.
exciting for me. It was fun because it felt like I was seeing one of those iconic movies in cinema,
Yes.
which, like, when it premiered, which I don't even know the last time I saw an iconic movie when it was still in theaters.
Yeah. Yeah, I like that. I like that a lot. It's
It was really good.
I do crave a little bit when it gets cooler and the fall weather's happening and I'm lighting candles and like
Yeah.
whatever. I do crave a slight spookiness. Like maybe
Mm.
like a slight witchiness, not too much. I don't want to be
Yeah.
scared per se, but I
No,
wish I
this
could
one is not
participate in that
horror.
part of fall a
Yeah.
little bit more and like
This
spooky season.
this one is a little scary, but I don't think you would like be turned off by the content. I think
Okay.
you would
I'm
enjoy it.
intrigued.
It's a good movie, dude. It was really cool,
Wow.
really innovative filmmaking for the genre. It broke all kind of tropes.
Did you see the Michael B. Jordan movie this summer that I believe was horror? What's it called? It was like, we
I
already talked about it.
did.
Sinners. People
I
loved that
did.
too.
Yeah, I disagree with people. I think it was like fun. I think it was like good, wholesome fun, but I didn't think of it as like I guess it was entertaining-ish, but I also no, I wouldn't put them remotely near each other. Weapons
Okay,
was so much
interesting.
better.
Is that one true horror to you, or is it something
There's
different?
like gory stuff. It's more like jump scares and like gore.
Gore.
But it's
I think I
not
can handle that.
I found weapons, I found them to be very different kinds of scary.
Mm.
Like Sinners was also very light horror. It's like horror the way zombies. It's like Sinners was like
Oh,
zombies
I can
and
handle
like
that.
some jump scares. It's not really, it didn't really feel scary. There's like jump scares. And then Weapons is more like suspense. There's some pop out moments, but it's more like it's much better writing. It's much better
It's like
characters.
deeper. Yeah.
It's a real film. Like it's just a good film, regardless
Okay,
of
interesting.
jump scares or whatever.
Hmm. I might look into honestly both of them just because like I love Michael B. Jordan, but also your review of Weapons is compelling. So I might look into it. I
What
might
do you think is
grow
the
up.
last you might what?
I might grow up a little and watch something that
Okay.
could potentially scare me. What were you gonna ask?
What do you think is the last like iconic film that you saw like live in theaters? Can you think of any
Probably the Barbie movie. Not that I loved it, but it was an iconic
moment?
film moment, and I did see it in theaters.
I couldn't finish
Um,
it.
yeah, it was
Not iconic.
not iconic, but it
It had
was
iconic
built up.
PR, I guess.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It
But it's
was
not going to
built
be
up to be
one where we're
iconic.
like, when was the, let's rewatch the Barbie movie. Like, I don't think anyone's rewatching that.
No, I don't think so either. That's probably the most, but I think that fits into the like iconic category
Mm,
more than anything else I've seen. I go to the movies like once a year. I'm trying to think of the last one I saw.
I
Um,
hadn't been in a while, but I feel like I've been going again. I'm thinking of like I wish I saw like Titanic in theaters or like
yeah,
there's something so special about experiencing the pop culture moment when it's in its moment that you cannot replicate after the fact because
yeah,
after the fact there's already it's like the experience of walking in having no expectations of what it's going to be and like no um prior reference points for it. Whereas if you see it, even like when it's been out for a couple months and there's a bunch of hype about Titanic already, you go in with expectations. Or if you see it years, a decade later, you grow up like in a later generation and you've just heard that it's iconic, then you watch the film, but you've probably already, without knowing it, seen like 10 different films that were inspired by the movie making of
yeah.
Titanic. So it's no longer innovative to you. And there's so many films or just like pop culture moments in history that I want to know I wish I could know what it was like to experience it when there was like no precursor, like in the
Mm,
moment.
yeah,
Anna?
I do. I mean, I think that a lot of things get ruined for me by me having a preconceived notion or like just a hype that's built up for things that it's never
Yeah.
going to be able to match that hype. I feel that way a lot of the time, not even
Yeah.
just with movies, but TV shows or just any sort of like media content. I
Hmm.
feel like if it's been hyped up and I'm a little bit delayed to it, then I'm going to maybe I'll like it. It's very rare that the hype matches what
Totally.
everybody has
Totally.
told me, and that's
Yeah.
because I don't know, maybe if one person told me that something was good, then that would be fine. But if 10 people have told me, it has this like compounding effect. I'm not just like, oh, so the movie's good. I'm now like 10 people told me it's good. It
Yes.
must be 10 times as good.
And then you're
And
hoping for a moment instead of stumbling in and being like, oh my God, I'm in a moment.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know.
Okay.
But Now I just really want to go to the movies. Okay, what do I have here? I mean, this person just said something crazy. It's not even a
Oh, cool.
hot take that they want from us. Again, it's a hot take that they've given us. Oreos in water are just as good as Oreos in milk. I have seen this on the internet before. I've not tried it myself. I'm disturbed,
Mm.
but at the same time, maybe I believe it because if you're using skim milk, for example, it's basically water at that point. You're
Well,
just getting them
that's
wet.
just a bad milk. Yeah.
That's
That's a
just not a
bad
milk.
milk.
Yeah. Have you
Have you
tried
tried
this?
this?
No.
Oh, jinx.
No, I haven't. So I don't know. Maybe we can't speak to it. I just think
Ah! How
that
could it possibly be as good unless you're saying water? Like, let's isolate the variables. Oreos are as good as Oreos, yes. But is water as good as
as good as
milk?
milk. No.
No.
Now, if you're
We're
just
talking about milking in this episode a lot.
what is the like velocity of dipping the Oreo in the liquid? Because if you're just going like boop boop, like a quick dip,
Yeah.
then
Okay.
yeah, the milk hasn't had enough time to sink in. The water hasn't had enough time to sink in. They probably taste the same. It's just an Oreo
It's
that's
just
a little
wet
wet
then. It's
now.
just wet. But
If
I'm
you're
thinking we're
letting it
mashing it.
sit,
Yeah, with like a mortar and pestle.
you're gonna make a paste. You're gonna make a paste. You're gonna spread it.
I'm gonna make
You're
an
gonna
ointment out of it.
you're gonna open
Make
the
an
Oreo.
indigenous ointment.
You're gonna open the Oreo so that it's two halves of the Oreo, and then you're gonna take the half that has the cream on it, and you're gonna mortar and pestle it with some milk in one pestle and
Mortar.
water in the other mortar.
I actually don't know which is which.
And then you're gonna spread the paste that you've created back onto the other half of the Oreo. Are you following me?
No, no,
And then
I'm
you're gonna
mishmashing the
see
whole thing.
the whole
I'm
thing.
mishmashing the whole thing into an
I thought
ointment.
we could make like a paste for a cracker, like a
Ew, like a
pate.
pate, an Oreo pate. That is the only fucking pate I will ever touch. Is an
Oreo
Oreo
pate.
pate. No, I will say I haven't tried the Oreos in a mishmash, but Chips Ahoy chocolate chip cookies, which are a horrible kind of chocolate chip cookie, right?
Yeah,
They're
they really
basically
are.
cardboard. Put them in a cup, put them in a bowl, fill it up with milk, mish, mish, mash. That's delicious.
What
I
does
would
it
never do it with water. That's why I'm objecting to
So
this.
wait. What does it turn into? It turns into a paste. Is it kind of like cookie dough
It's not a
consistency?
paste. Stop
What's
saying
the
paste.
consistency?
Stop saying paste. It's
Or is it
disgusting. It
just
makes me
like
think of tomato
cereal?
base.
Are
Stop
you
it. Stop
basically
saying
having
paste. It's kind of like cereal, but it's so much better. Paste, 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 paste.
paste? Is it like wait, that reminds one of my
Anytime you
most
say
quoted
paste, what?
one of my most quoted lines ever is in Mean Girls when he says, "Say crack again, crack."
Say crack, say crack.
Say paste
What?
again.
Every time you say paste, it makes me think of like spreading like an ointment on a poison ivy on my leg.
Oh yeah, that's a paste. So does it become kind of like
A
cookie
crumble or
crisp
like why did you say it? Cookie crisp?
in the
It's like
commercial?
a granola. It's like
Cookie
a
crisp.
granola. It's like a
It's like a
granola.
granola. Okay. I actually really want that. That sounds
It's fucking
delightful.
amazing. And Chips Ahoy cookies on their own are horrible.
Yeah, they
But you
are.
mishmash them in in a cup of milk and it's great. It's probably good because they're so dry on their own and so they really
Right.
soak up the milk, but I cannot imagine it is the same with water.
But have you had the Chips Ahoys that are also bad, but they're the chewy ones? Have you
Oh,
had those?
probably.
They're
Let me
like
look at them.
soft and weird, and they're
Blah.
definitely not good, but there's kind of nothing else that will achieve that experience for you. Like sometimes I weirdly crave the chewy Chips Ahoy, even though
Oh,
they are
that's funny.
so bad, because there's just nothing else
They
that
really are
tastes like that
bad.
and feels like that. And so I've been known to just
Yeah.
buy, like, I'll buy a box of them a year just to be
Okay.
like, oh,
Just to, yeah, they look horrible.
I want
Even
to
like,
punish myself a
even
little.
the edited, like professionally taken marketing photos of these cookies looks horrible.
Yeah, it's like AI cookies. It's like
They're so bad.
sci-fi, fantasy, not fantasy, sci-fi.
Yeah.
This is the difference between sci-fi and fantasy. Those
Is
are
what kind of
sci-fi
chow
cookies.
chewy is the cookie? There's a different science that's got literally the Chips Ahoy original looks better to me.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
is. It is, and it's not good. So,
Yeah. These are
but
the
I want
cookies
them.
that would be in like we had like one little cabinet in our whatever pantry growing up that was just full of like nothing was under 3 years old. And it would be like old, opened, stale Chips Ahoy, like a fucking sea salt cracker that you could break your teeth on, a bunch of like loose almonds, just like loose in a basket. And like a bunch of pumpkin seeds or something, and like marshmallows that are rocks. You could break glass with them. And this was all, I don't know why I would all, and then like there would be like old calcium chews that my grandma liked that were like
Mhm.
chocolate, caramelly calcium supplements. And that's what we kept in this pantry. And like there was nothing edible in it, but we kept it forever. And like the food has been there for a decade. That's what I think of when I look at Chips Ahoy.
Yeah. Yeah, that tracks. Do you have any memories of going to somebody's house when you were younger who had like the best, most
Yes.
stocked pantry ever?
So
Because
cool.
I, so cool. It
Yes.
was
Whose
never my
house?
house.
Whose
It
house
was
was
my
it?
cousin's house in Baltimore, by the way. It was my cousin's house.
Could have been
Their
anywhere.
mom, it was a house of three boys. So I think that's part of it. Like
Oh,
boys
okay.
just got to have more fun and like they didn't have the pressure of their mom needing to be skinny, so they now need to be skinny or whatever.
Right, right.
So their mom would just stock their pantry with like fruit roll-ups and fruit by the foot and like Chips Ahoy and Lay's and every fucking snack, Gushers, every snack. And it would be
Shell Sunday syrup.
oh,
That
I
was the
love
one that
that stuff.
sent me orgasming in third
Mm.
grade. It was just like, if you had some Reese's Cup Shell Sunday syrup,
Oh, nom, 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 nom.
I'm done for.
I want that now. I want to buy that for my house now.
Yeah,
That
why
sounds
not? Why aren't we
amazing.
doing that?
Why are we doing that? We can
Why aren't
do
we doing that?
that.
We can do whatever we want.
We can, we
We
can.
can do whatever
That's
we want.
that's why we're talking about weird shit on a podcast. Yeah. I don't know. I used to go to their house and like I would be so rude. It because it's our family and we
I
come
would be
in
so
and my mom
rude.
my mom would be like, say hi to your uncle, say hi to everyone. And I would just like push through them and run to the pantry. What do you have for me this week? And eat all their stuff. Yeah, wow, I'm gonna buy Shell. That sounds amazing. I
Yeah,
love the
I feel like we
crunch. I
could put
love
it
how
on
it
anything.
it
What can we put it
starts
on?
liquidy and then it gets hard with the
Oh my
cold
God.
ice cream. That used to
Yeah,
fascinate me.
I want to have that regularly in my fridge.
Yeah, why not?
Okay.
You can
Okay.
do it.
Okay, so this hot take was completely false objectively.
Thank you for
Science
recapping
fiction.
them.
It was science
Science
fiction.
fiction. Hmm.
Okay. Okay. Next.
Okay. We're doing such a
I
good job.
love you. I love you. We're doing great. We're doing a great job of getting our zoomies on. I feel like this
Yeah,
is us and our zoomies.
true. And it's funny
Wait,
that we didn't start in them. We're
can,
developing them. We're
we're
intentionally
developing them.
developing the zoomies.
Yeah, this is what I do to all animals is I hype them up. Like you're supposed to be like a nice calming presence around dogs and stuff so they don't jump on you. And everybody knows that I overhype dogs till they have like behavior problems. But like also, can I just tell you something about my cat and you can't ask any follow-up questions?
No, I don't. I literally don't want to hear about your cat until I can interview you for an hour on about your cat. Like
Okay, maybe the next episode. You could
when
do
is the
that.
reveal happening? I'm just waiting for that. I'm checking YouTube
I
every
don't
day. Like my
know. I
friend will
don't
tell me about her
know.
cat. I'm
All
gonna
my
have to
episodes are getting pushed back on YouTube. I don't know. There's
fuck.
But I just want you to know, as a podcast preview, my cat knocked me off my feet This
What?
today, I hit the floor. Bodies hitting the
What?
floor. Slammed me to the ground.
Just by walking, what was it doing?
Craziest zoomies ever. Zoomed right by, hit my foot mid step. It was like, so I was bounced on one foot, hit
Oh,
my foot mid step, zoomed 13 pounds of menace, and zoomed me like kicked my leg out from under me, slammed down on the floor like a body
that
slam. I got body slammed by a cat today. I'm not kidding.
body
Justin
slam.
heard the
Oh,
bang on the floor and came running.
that's terrifying.
The cat is bullying me.
Does your cat get zoomies in the middle of the night? Because a lot of cats do that.
Um, yeah, cats are not nocturnal, but another word that Justin told me and I have forgotten,
Oh.
which means they're mostly active at like dawn and dusk. Is it
Oh, yeah, it's something with
cockturnal?
light or something. Okay.
Cockturnal?
Cock
Crepuscular.
cock-a-diddle
Wait, wait,
do
wait, wait. Is it
at
crepuscular?
dawn. Cup. I don't know. I won't be able to tell you. Cats.
Crepuscular. I knew it was like nocturnal, but with a C. That's why I said
Okay,
cock.
good
That's why
job.
I said
Well,
cockturnal, but it
yeah, and then
actually.
I typed in cat's cock in my Google, so
Oh
that's
my God. They're crazy. They're crazy. I saw mine. I saw my cats.
don't. Oh, so it's a man. Now we know
I
that.
was
I'm getting
literally,
information out of her finally. Um,
I saw the cat's
it's a
penis
man.
and I was so shocked by what it looked like because it didn't look like what I expected a cat's penis to look like. And I was trying to think of how, I was literally trying to think of how I would describe it on the podcast visually or audially. And the way I would describe it is it's like the tip of your pinky finger,
Okay.
but then there was a tiny little tube coming out of it.
Ugh, like a straw.
Yeah, like a tiny
Like a
straw.
tiny
Like a
straw
s-
coming out of it.
like a straw for a doll.
I'm speechless. I don't have anything. I don't. That's not what we learned when we dissected cats in high school.
No,
I
their
didn't see
penises are
anything like
inside
that.
them. You know how you notice how you don't see like cat penises hanging about like dog
Yeah.
penises?
So
They're
they're
inside
tucked in.
them.
And then
Yeah.
what? So okay, they're inside them, and then the pinky part comes out,
Yeah.
and then the straw part comes out.
Well, I didn't see its emergence. I just saw it was already out.
It was already out. Okay. The
Yeah.
whole and both parts were out. The
Yeah,
straw was out of
at
the
least a little
pinky,
bit.
was out
The
of the
straw was out. The
pocket.
doll straw. The doll straw was out, yeah. It
Okay.
was coming for me.
Shoot, I had another question about your cat. Well, I mean, I have
Okay.
a whole note of questions about your cat, but I guess I'll hold on that a little bit longer. Fine.
We can talk
We
about
don't
it
even know
next
the
time.
name.
We can talk about it next time.
Okay. What's your hot take on motorcycles?
Oh, they're so dangerous I think they're really stupid and extremely dangerous. And the saying goes, if you ride a motorcycle long enough, you end up with a horrible accident, whether it's fatal or not. It's like an
Just a
incredibly
matter of time.
reckless thing to do to the people you love. Yeah, I
I
don't
agree.
respect it at all.
I agree. I hate them. I think maybe they should be illegal. I hate them. They
I
scare me.
agree.
I never want to be near them, and I never want anyone that I love to be on one.
I know my worst fear is that like I have a son and he wants to have a motorcycle and he hides
Yeah,
it
and
from
he's like a
me.
bad boy, and he
I've
hides it
watched
from
people
you.
die on motorcycles. I've watched it with my own eyes.
What? Just
Yep.
like when you were driving and you
I was
saw
like
an
eating at a
accident?
restaurant and there was this horrible accident on the highway, like right next to us. And it was like these two brothers died in
Oh
a
my
motorcycle accident
fucking God.
because you fucking do, because they fucking do.
Ugh, how'd you know
If
they
you
were
ride it,
brothers?
I don't know. There was like a news article that came out, I think the next day. How
That's
did
my
you know they were
question.
brothers? Well, they're dead now. If you ride a motorcycle long enough, you will have a horrific injury. That's
Here's
what
another
happens.
question.
Yes. Okay.
Hot take on co-ed baby showers and or co-ed bachelorette and bachelor parties.
You give me your hot take.
Okay. I don't care. I don't particularly care. Like if you want to do that, go ahead. Um, okay, wait. There's two parts of this.
Okay. Yeah.
I
They're
think
kind
I'm
of different.
I think I'm okay with co-ed, but I
For which?
don't
For
think I'm
both?
okay with like the groom being on the bachelorette party and the bride being on like a shared bachelorette party. I'm not into.
I
If you want
agree.
to invite your male, if you're the bride and you want to, and this is obviously for a straight couple, if you're the bride and you want to invite your male and female friends, that's cool, but you can't invite your freaking husband to be. That's not the point.
I think they mean with the husband there. And
Combined.
I've been on a bachelorette like that and it was horrible and so stupid.
Oh my God, why was it horrible? Can you say? Is this like too
I'm gonna say it was
public of
horrible.
a forum?
No, this person and I aren't even friends anymore. The
Okay.
whole thing was horrible. She ended her friendship with me because I wouldn't go to a strip club with her on the
What?
bachelorette trip, literally over that. Anyway, it was such a dumb friendship. I like didn't know why I was even invited to this bachelorette trip. Abby was there. We both hated it. Abby and I and our other friend, it was like past midnight and like we didn't want to be in a strip club doing cocaine and they were all doing ecstasy and whatever. We were just like, that's okay. We did everything else all weekend long. Like, I'm sure it's fine if we don't go to a strip club at 1 a.m. We'll be up and see you in the morning.
Yeah.
And we also don't know her that well. The whole thing was so dumb. And then it wasn't actually a combined bachelorette and bachelor party, but the groom and the bachelor party were having their bachelor party in the same city at the same time. It was in New
Right.
Orleans.
I've heard of
And
people
the
doing
whole
that.
time, all of the girls, it was like Abby and I and one of our other friends who were very good friends, and we weren't really in the group of like the main bride, and the rest was just her family. She didn't have any friends, so it was just her like family.
Okay.
And so we were kind of on the outside, so it was a little weird. But we were like, okay, we'll come support her. Like, I guess she didn't have enough friends to invite. Like, of course we'll come support her. And then she and her like sister and sister-in-law and whoever it was the whole time just were trying to track what the boys were doing and how they could meet up with
Yeah.
the boys. And the boys, in the meantime, did not want to meet up with them and did not give a fuck. And then they ended up going to the same strip club together. And the bride got in a fight with a stripper who was dancing with the groom. And it's like,
No.
what the fuck did you think was going to happen at the strip club that you decided to go to together? And they were like buying ecstasy off strippers, or like the groom bought
Oh
ecstasy
my.
off a stripper. And then the bride like got into a huge fight of it. The whole thing was so disgustingly immature, so stupid. And then she ended our friendship because we didn't go to the strip club. Anyway,
I'm so
it was
mad.
so
I
dumb.
hate
And I
that
was so
so
mad.
much.
Yeah, I hated it too.
I really, truly hate that. I can't, I mean, good riddance that you're not friends anymore is basically my
No,
only
it was infuriating.
summary.
But I do feel like the point of
I
like
really
bachelorette and bachelor party is to like go and like
be a
not
bachelorette
and
and a
be with your
bachelor.
people. The whole point is to take a moment away from the coupledom.
What your life is about to be. Exactly. It's like you're about to be with this person forever. Have a last hurrah. Not that you're not going to see your friends and whatever once you're married, hopefully,
It's
but
about the friendships.
it's
And
about celebrating your
if
friendships.
you go out with your groom to be, how is it not going to turn into the same as like a wedding vibe?
Yeah.
You're going to be, what are you going to not be spending time with your future husband and you're just going to be with your, I don't know. I think
I'm really
I
annoyed that your
agree.
friend got mad at the stripper. Get mad at your dude. What?
Oh, there were so many. Oh yeah, she got in a actual physical fight with a stripper.
Oh my,
I mean,
no.
they were not a very close friend, but it was very
It's
dumb.
really annoying. Really,
Yes,
really,
it was
really
annoying.
annoying.
Okay, wait,
Yeah,
what about co-ed
baby showers.
bachelor baby shower, baby showers?
I think that's fine. I don't really understand showers, whether they're bridal showers or baby showers. I know that
Mm-hmm.
they're tradition and some people just want to stick with the tradition or like their mom or their aunts or whoever want them to do it. And so they just kind of go along because whatever, at the end of the day, it's like a cute party and you get gifts and no big deal. So I'm not saying it's like this horrible thing, but I just think it's a little bit redundant, like how many events there are for weddings or for having a baby or whatever. And so I'm generally not a shower person. Like I, unless it's, and again, unless it's really important to my mom or something, I probably will just skip it. So that colors my opinion, which is like, I already don't really care that much about a shower. So if you want to do it all girls, if you want to do it co-ed, I don't really care. My friend is pregnant and due in November, and I am friends with her, but I really was first friends with her husband. And the way I know her and became friends with her is that her husband and I were friends and we worked together for a long time. And so he's having a like daddy shower. He's also just a ridiculous person. And he's having it's their first
It's
child
so
and he's
fun,
really
yeah.
excited. And he's having a daddy shower and he invited
So it's
me.
only the boys.
No, I'm going. It's just like his
Oh, so
friends.
it is co-ed,
It's co-ed, but it's
but she's
separate
not
from her
there.
baby shower. I
Okay.
think she's still gonna be at it. I think she's having a baby shower that's like only women and it's her closest friends and family. And
Mm-hmm.
then they're doing this co-ed daddy shower that they'll both be at. And it's going to be more like a party with their friends to celebrate
Totally.
that the baby's coming with the funniness and the context of like, it's his daddy
Yeah.
shower. So I love that. Like, I don't know, like finding new ways to do it and just like acknowledging the tradition with your family, but then also finding a way to celebrate with your friends that's more like casual. I like that. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't have strong
Yeah.
opinions, I guess. I just don't love the um obligation around a lot of these things, and like
Mm-hmm.
anyone who is doing it a little bit differently, I'm like, yeah, cool. That's cool.
Yeah. I think that's a nice take. I think I agree. I think like I don't have a firm opinion, but maybe I have some. I think I'm more grossed out. I don't know. I'm a little grossed out by a little grossed. I don't judge the person doing it, but
Yeah.
I'm a little grossed out by some of the traditions involved in a traditional baby shower and a traditional wedding shower.
Hmm.
I think both can be a nice way to just like build hype and celebrate and get people invested, whether it's in the couple or in this baby that's coming. Like I think it makes you a little more invested in this new child who's coming into the world. So I
Yeah.
think that's nice. I don't like how a baby shower traditionally singles out the mom even more than she already has to be.
Yeah.
I don't like that. And I don't like, I don't know, some of the baby showers I've gone to are just like older women monologuing at younger women
Hmm.
about how it's gonna be for them. And it's a lot of like telling people what their experience is gonna be. Meanwhile, there's generations between us, and every mother is allowed to decide their own experience. And I think it's a lot of like aunts and grandmas and moms just like jerking off to like their own
So true.
narrative or resentments or narcissistic indulgences and stuff, and like just not letting this young person experience their own life event. And also it feels very like infantilizing to me
Mm.
in some ways. And I do like Abby and I are helping to organize a baby shower right now, which will be co-ed, and it makes sense that both parents will be there. And the the mother to be was like, I don't want anything like embarrassing or like body related. Like, there's all these like weird
Oh.
body related games about like, guess the size of the belly. And it's like all these
Ew.
things that kind of like objectify you more than being pregnant already does. And like, it's not the biggest crime. And I think to some people it's not that deep, but it just gives me a bad vibe. But I think there is an opportunity to make it something joyful, communal. We're investing in this new family. We can
Yeah.
treat each other as adults. Yeah. So I think there's opportunity there, yeah, to do it in a new and different way.
Yeah.
But the like sitting around and
Giving
a bunch
advice,
of
unsolicited
grandmas,
advice.
yeah, that
Yeah.
like maybe isn't even relevant. You're just like telling, it's just like, I feel like a lot of baby showers, there's like a bunch of older women like taking the opportunity to talk about themselves in a way
Mm.
that like maybe robs this scared young new mother who's having a child 30, 40, 50, 60 years later, not allowed to have their own experience. And
Mm.
it's like, it's just for the old women sometimes. Like, is this even for the mother?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm with you. And I think your point about like making the focal point the mother, the woman, and like kind of putting even more pressure on her to show up and smile and listen to everyone and like
And
entertain.
receive and entertain. And
Yeah, it's
I
like
don't
we do
know, it can
that
be
with
weird.
everything. It happens with bridal showers too, but especially with a baby shower when she is pregnant and going through all these physical changes and so much stress and getting ready to be a first-time parent and whatever, like it's just not, we don't need to add stress to those situations. Um yeah, I so our take was coed's fine. Coed's fine
But
for baby
not
shower,
for baby
not
showers,
for bachelor,
not so
bachelorette.
much.
Yeah.
Because a bachelorette is supposed to be about you connecting with your friends.
Yeah. And again, for those, coed is okay, but having the partner there is not okay. Because a lot of people will
Yeah.
invite like their coed friends, and that's like,
Yeah.
I like that to be inclusive. I was part of my cousin's what's it called? I was one of his groomsmen. I was a groom's lady for my
Yeah.
cousin's wedding. I didn't go to his bachelor party. I actually went to his wife's bachelorette party. So in that way, they kept it
Yeah.
kind of like girls and boys. But on the day of their wedding, I stood on his side and my sister stood on his side, and we felt so special and cool, like his two younger girl
Yeah.
cousins standing with him and all his buddies. So I appreciate anybody who's like just being
Yeah.
inclusive in that way. So that's cool with me.
Yeah. I mean, Luke, my brother, will be like in my bridal party. And a lot
Yeah.
of people have been like, oh, won't he be in Justin's groomsmen part? Why? I've fucking known him for 33 years. I'm as close to him as I am my two sisters. Why the fuck would he
Yep.
be over with Justin, who he's known for 3 years and like his random friends? No, he's my what?
Yeah.
This is not complicated.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Totally. It's the people who have been there with you and with the partner.
We're not
Like what?
the point is not to let's put people in groups of gender. The point is let's be with our most important people. Why do
Yes.
we I don't understand it. It's weird.
People lose the point. They lose the plot. They're just like, "Oh,
Only
I've
we
seen
know.
it, girls and boys. I've
Girls and
seen it, so
boys.
I must stick with the pattern." And it's
Yeah.
like, "No, no, no. Listen to our
I
podcast.
think I'm having a co-ed bridal shower,
That's fun.
which I think is just going to be a fucking party.
A
Like
party."
I just want it to be a fun party.
And that's
Yeah.
the thing. Like
Yeah.
having a party, yeah, you could call it a shower or call it whatever you're going to call it. But
Yeah.
if it's just a party
I'm
and you're
calling it a
inviting all of
rave.
the people you
It's
like,
just a
then sure.
rave. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm into it.
Okay. Well, you'll be invited. You don't have to come
Cool.
though. Well,
I'm
you don't
coming.
have to.
Well,
There's
I
no
might.
obligation. There's no obligation.
Why are you saying that? Why are you doing that?
You said
This
you
is
didn't
what
like obligations.
Oh no,
There is no obligation.
I don't like if the person hosting it feels obligated to do it. Like
Oh,
people
yeah.
feeling obligated to have a bridal shower because it's tradition. I don't
Yeah,
like
yeah,
people
yeah.
feeling obligated to do things because that's just what's been done
That's
forever.
true.
But I love something on my schedule. I love a
Okay.
plan. I
You have
love
to come.
obligation. It's all like
You
I love
have to come.
obligations. I'll be there. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, we did it. We
Yeah,
talked and we zoomed and we um didn't talk about your cat and
I
we
know. I'm fatigued.
yeah, we did it all. We had the peak and the valley of the zoomies. Like we really went high and then now I'm going to take a nap.
Okay.
Probably.
Good night.
Good night.